Good morning, my name is Staff Sergeant Dantilli. Today I'll be giving an unclassified information briefing covering U.S. and Chinese rifle squads. Here are our learning objectives for the day, action condition standards. Today our standard will be comparing and contrasting U.S. and Chinese rifle squads in order to plan for countering U.S. disadvantages and offsetting Chinese rifle squad advantages. Our agenda for today will be talking about U.S. rifle squad composition and capabilities, Chinese rifle squad composition and capabilities, comparing key advantages and disadvantages between the two compositions, comparing the capabilities of both U.S. and Chinese rifle squads, as well as planning for countering the Chinese rifle squad advantages. First, talking about the composition and capabilities of the U.S. rifle squad is composed of 9 packs, 1 squad leader and 1 team leader leading both Alpha and Bravo teams. Each team is composed of 1 rifleman, 1 automatic rifleman, and 1 grenadier. The rifleman, squad leader, and team leader are typically a private first class, sergeant, and staff sergeant, E6, and all will be carrying M4s. The automatic rifleman will typically be an E4 carrying an M249, and the grenadier will typically be an E4 carrying an M203. Talking about the composition of the Chinese rifle squad, it is composed of 9 packs, split into 3 teams with 3 packs in each. The headquarters team will be composed of the squad leader, assistant squad leader, and driver of the CSK-141 vehicle. The machine gun team will be composed of the machine gunner, assistant machine gunner, and sniper. And lastly, the anti-tank team will be composed of the grenadier, assistant grenadier, and rifleman. Talking about the capabilities of the Chinese rifle squad, the headquarters team will be composed of the squad leader with a QBZ-95, as well as a QSC-92 sidearm. The assistant squad leader will wield a QBZ-95 as well as a QJZ-89 light machine gun, and the driver, while not driving the CSK-141 vehicle, will be equipped with a QBZ-95. The machine gun team will be composed of machine gunner with a QJY-88 heavy machine gun mounted on the CSK-141, a assistant machine gunner with a QLG-10 attachment, and a sniper with a QBU-88 sniper rifle. The anti-tank team is composed of a grenadier with a DZJ-08 similar to the American AT-4, an assistant grenadier with a QBZ-95, and a rifleman with a QLG-10 attachment under his QBZ-95. Now comparing key advantages and disadvantages between the compositions of both squads. Starting with the key advantages of the U.S. rifle squad, the team leaders, as opposed to squad leader and assistant squad leader leading both teams, allows more effective leadership at the team level and operations to run smoother at the team level rather than decisions being made solely at the squad level. Also, this allows for better command and control C2 capability of the U.S. rifle squad compared to the Chinese. And lastly, the format of 2 squads being led by E5 team leaders allows for the experience of the PFC riflemen to be accounted for better by being led by an experienced E5 team leader as opposed to squad leader and assistant squad leaders leading riflemen in the Chinese rifle squad. Talking about some advantages of the mechanized infantry squad of the Chinese, the 3 teams allows for 2 maneuver teams, which is more effective considering the CSK-141 light armored vehicle. The assistant squad leader allows for quicker decision making to be made at the squad level as opposed to team leaders. And the weapon systems organic to the Chinese mechanized infantry squad allow for more to be done in the battlefield in terms of the squad level. Now, talking about the capabilities of both the U.S. and Chinese rifle squads, the U.S. has a key advantage in near close engagements in combat, as the QBU-88 sniper rifle is not as effective as the M4 in close engagements, taking 1 member out of the fight of the Chinese rifle squad. Also, the driver of the CSK-141 while driving is not able to be in the fight, reducing their numbers by another packs, making near engagements much more effective for the United States rifle squads. Lastly, the range of the most common weapon, the QBZ-95, is 400 meters, which is less than the M4 most common weapon of the U.S. rifle squad, meaning that the U.S. rifle squad can more effectively engage at a further distance. Now, talking about some key advantages of the Chinese mechanized infantry squad, the QBU-88 sniper rifle allows for better reconnaissance ability. Both teams of the machine gun and anti-tank team, both being maneuver elements, allows for greater maneuverability, especially considering the CSK-141 vehicle. And lastly, the DJZ-08 is a weapon that allows for anti-tank capability of the Chinese Rifle Squad, which is not organic to the US Rifle Squad. Now talking about some key ways that we can offset advantages of the Chinese Rifle Squad is considering that the squad leader of the Chinese Mechanized Infantry Squad is the only person in the squad that will be equipped with night vision goggles. This means that nighttime operations are extremely more effective for the US Rifle Squad than for the Chinese. Further, restricted terrain greatly limits the ability of the CSK-141 to be effective, especially considering that the machine gun mounted on top of the CSK-141 is not able to be taken off, which extremely limits the firepower of the Chinese Rifle Squad while they're in restricted or severely restricted terrain. Lastly, since the CSK-141 is only a light armored vehicle, the grenadier of both teams in the US Rifle Squad is able to use high explosive rounds on their M203, which will be able to effectively disable the CSK-141 light armored vehicle. So in conclusion, what we have talked about in this informational brief is the composition of both the US and Chinese Rifle Squads, the capabilities of both squads, and comparing the composition and capabilities of both the US and Chinese Rifle Squads, and lastly, a plan for offsetting the advantages of the Chinese Rifle Squad. Pending any questions, this concludes my brief, and enjoy the rest of your day.